who have been able to make out time. I also appreciate everyone who have been able to make out time to be able to join this Zoom meeting tonight. God bless and honor each one of you in Jesus Christ's name. What we do, as introduced, my name is Adeyemi Adeniyi, Doctor, popularly called the number one bishop of real estate in Africa. And I represent a company called Deal Clinchers Realtors Limited. Deal Clinchers Realtors Limited are spelled DEAL, clinchers. That's to clinch a deal. Deal Clinchers Realtors Limited. By the grace of God, the company has been around for a while. The personality behind the company, however, has been in the industry for a longer time than the age of the company in itself. By the grace of God, I was privileged to be a pioneer staff of Property Mart Real Estate Investment Limited, which is today Palti Morgan Group of Companies. So I had the privilege of going through the different stages or the processes of learning real estate. Real estate for me is not something that I went to do because I needed a job. It was a calling for me. I was called into it by the grace of God. I took it before God in prayers, and He said that is what He has assigned for me and designed me to be. So I joined this great team in the year 2008. And by the grace of God, we're counting close to more than 30 estates that the Lord has done for us, from Lagos to Ogun State to Abuja and to other parts of the world. Okay, so as of today, by the grace of God, I'm in the United Kingdom on an invitation from some church leaders who would like me to come and talk to some of their church members who want to invest back in Nigeria, and some of them also wants to get some housing also here in the United Kingdom, which we have a company that we work together here in the United Kingdom for the purpose of those who wants to invest right here in the United Kingdom. Now, by the grace of God, our company understands that we have different cadres in the society, and as such, we need to be able to cater for the needs of the different cadres in the society. Also, let me let you know that just like I said, that it's a calling for me. Profit is good, but for us, we look at profiting as secondary. First is the value. Now, how as our company be able, how will our company be able to solve the challenges of housing in the continent of Africa, not just in Nigeria, are those things we're looking at. How can we make it affordable? How can we make it something that can get to the doorsteps of our people wherever they are in the world? Let me also let you know that apart from the fact that we sell land, we sell houses, by the grace of God, we also do rental collection. We understand that major needs of people in the diaspora are, pointing to the fact that many people are blessed with properties in Nigeria, but however, a number of them do not do not know how to collect the rents from those properties. We understand that many people have given some of their properties to their friends and families to do rental collection for them, but unfortunately, they've not been able to get funds from those people they've entrusted their properties into their hands. So, by His grace, we stand as a link between the tenants and the landlords wherever the houses are. Also, I'd like you to also know that we also automate homes. We automate homes. All of the properties we are selling, by the grace of God, are automated homes. That is to say that you can give order or command to all the things in your house as long as they are remotely they are remote enabled. Any gadgets that you can use remote to control, they can be automated. They can they can listen to your voice and they obey whatever command that you give to it, depending on the command we've given to you that you can that you are to be given to it. Okay, that's number two. Another service we give. I mean, I've mentioned the fact that we sell land and houses. I've mentioned the fact that we do rental collection. I've mentioned the fact that we do home automation. Number four is the fact that we also build houses for people. We understand that a lot of people in the diaspora who have got land in some parts of Nigeria that they want us to build for them. So we do that for them. And how do we go about this? We ensure that we look and agree on the kind of architectural drawing that is being made for this building. And once we agree on that, we bring in a bill of quantity or a quantity surveyor to give us a bill of quantity, which will be mutually agreed upon by both parties. That is the property owner and we that are trying to build for you. Once we've agreed on the amount needed to complete these houses, then we charge our own service charge, which is what is ours. That covers the money for logistics and for quality control, such that anytime we are building for you, there is the place of control of quantity of kind of materials that will be used. And by the grace of God, God has helped us to do this for a number of people globally, and we have testimonials as at today. Also, I'd like you to know that apart from this, the four things, we also try to do facility management. We understand that there are a lot of people who have got facilities back home in Nigeria that are, I mean, looking for companies that they can trust that can manage these facilities for them. This is one of the things that we also do. Now, let me move to another thing that I've not mentioned. I'd like you to know that one of the things that inspires, coming over to different parts of the world, to sensitize people about investing back in Nigeria is the fact that we saw that a lot of people have, have in all sense, with due respect, a lot of people have made where they are their home, and which is good. But we saw what happened in Ukraine, and we do not pray for such in any part of the world. The truth is this: when you talk about crisis, as at today, crisis is something that is global. It just depends on how magnified it is in different parts of the world. So there is no continent in the world that's devoid of crisis as at today. So that is to say, no matter what news or information we are getting from Nigeria, home is home. If anything that happened in Ukraine would happen in any part of the world, I mean, if it affects anyone, where do we go back to? That's what we're advocating. We are not saying come and build in Nigeria and pack to Nigeria or relocate to Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria has got a lot of challenges. Yes, Nigeria has got a lot of people that, I mean, are misrepresenting the nation. But the truth is this: we still have people who have not denied the faith. So no matter what the situation is, there is still an opportunity to even have people that you can trust back at home. You don't say because your daughter, has got a misunderstanding with our in-law, you don't go back there to go and take her away from the place because she has, a challenge with her in-law. You settle it. So what that means is this: you don't say because of issues in Nigeria or because you have been swindled before now, you don't say because of that, you are not interested in investing in Nigeria again. I can tell you, in Yoruba language, they will say that if a horse will fall you down, you climb the horse again and you continue the journey. So, there's a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of potential. I am not giving up on that nation. And that's why, by His grace, I can take this news around the world and tell people, don't forget home. And by the nature of my job, a lot of my friends have asked me, why is it that, you have your family staying back in Nigeria, despite all of the things that that are happening here and there. Why don't you have them relocate, down to, where maybe their country of nationality, where they were given back to? And I tell them, no. And the reason is very simple. Why is that so? It is simply because of the fact that I know that Nigeria has got hope. I know things will get better. I know that it is just but for a moment. And those who will take advantage of whatever opportunity is available today will be the one to enjoy it when everything gets better. Okay. So as of today, we've got different properties in different locations. We've got properties by His grace along Lagos Ibadan, off Lagos Ibadan Expressway, around the Redemption Camp, which is called AOA Gardens, Melegun. Melegun is about 35 minutes drive from Alausa Secretariat directly to the site. And it's about 7 minutes drive from the Redemption Camp headquarters to the site. And we've got land for sale there. And we also have houses that we are doing pay as you build. Why are we doing pay as you build? Very simple. It is because of the fact that the mortgage system in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. So we rely on funds from the customers, apart from the initial funds that we use to take off your buildings. We have got 2-bedroom terraced houses in there with an attached boys' quarter. So we have land and we have houses, but they are low-cost houses. Ranging from 13 million naira for a 2-bedroom terraced bungalow plus an attached boys' quarter. To different prototype of houses. But we believe that we don't need to bring in luxury houses to a developing area, as it were, for now. Number 2 is, we also have another low-cost area in Eleko. Eleko, that is directly beside Amen Estate Phase 2. That is just about 5 minutes drive to Eleko Junction. So as of today, we have plots of land and 2-bedroom flats also in the place. These are blocks of flats and not terraced houses. Now, number 3 is another one we call AOA Gardens in Agbowa in Ikorodu, which was strategically chosen because of its nearness to Victoria Island and its nearness to Aja and the highland as a whole, coming back through the Epe Expressway. Also in there, we've got terraced bungalows, and also we have land for sale there. Now, when we come to, to Lagos proper, by the grace of God, we have an ongoing project at the Glorious View Courts in Ikeja GRA. That is just about 3 minutes drive from the only Marriott hotel in Nigeria. So we've got a 5-story building going on by the grace of God, and it consists of studio flats. That is, our studio flat has got 2 types of studio flats. So we have the mini flat, which is the room and the living room, kitchen, toilet, bathroom. That is the first prototype. The second prototype of our studio flat is the living room and the bedroom. Then it has a boys' quarter detached from it, which is on the ground floor. So all of our parking are on the ground floor, and we have the mini flat with the boys' quarter on the ground floor. We've also got 3-bedroom flats, all en suite, with the boys' quarter also on the ground floor. And we also have 4-bedroom terraced houses. That is on the 4th and the 5th floor. So it's a 4-bedroom terrace plus an attached boys' quarter. To it. That is not a detached boys' quarter. An attached boys' quarter at the 4th, and it ends on the 5th floor with an elevator to match. All right. So it's situated on Adekunle Fajuyi Way off Isaac John in Ikeja GRA. Also in Omole Phase 1. Omole Phase 1 is off Agedingbi in Ikeja. So that is called the Amazing Grace Courts. It's a 3-bedroom terraced house plus an attached boys' quarter, a penthouse, and 2 sitting rooms. I repeat again, it's a 3-bedroom terraced house with 2 sitting rooms, and it has a penthouse on top and plus an attached boys' quarter. So whichever one you think you desire, I mean, Deal Clinchers Realtors Limited, I've got it all. Also, we have an ongoing off-plan sales also in Victoria Island, plot 100, Siamiu Savage Streets in Victoria Island, directly opposite the Eco Atlantic. So, which is a trackable distance to the Eco Hotels and Towers. So also, this is a 15-story building that we're doing the off-plan sale at the moment. It's a four-bedroom flat or apartments, four-bedroom. So meaning that each family occupies an entire floor. So it's four-bedroom plus an attached boys' quarter at the back, and it also has the parking on the ground floor. It's a 15th floor with two-level parking, the ground floor and the first floor for its parking. So that is all I would say for now, so that I can take more questions. Thank you so much, and God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Adeniyi. I know quite a lot of information you have reeled out there, and for us to process it might be quite challenging. So what I'll do, like I mentioned, I think I've added some of us who are here onto the WhatsApp group for Deal Clinchers in case you have any further questions. Do we have brochures, sir, Dr. Adeniyi, of each of all these things you've mentioned?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we do, sir. We
if
have.
you can drop it, if you later you can drop it into the Deal Clinchers WhatsApp group.
Okay,
for people to take time to go through them and be able to ask questions. But now the floor is open now if there's anyone who has a question based on the properties you've mentioned in Eleko, in Melegun, in Ikeja, and the other ones. Do we have any question?
It's Ken, yeah. This sort of thing, it's always, Ross, thank you so much for taking the time to bring some explanation to what you do and what opportunities are out there.
Thank you.
My question was, do you have a brochure, which Dr. Ajite had already asked. Now, the sort of, so with this sort of thing in my mind, pictures they tell a lot of stories, because all these things you are saying, you are very fast, and I can understand we only have 40 minutes, but with pictures one can see what sort of houses, because as you described it, some of us that are not architecturally minded may not really
Okay, so I get
on about. That's the thing. And the other thing is, I don't know, do you like have a payment plan, or is it something like on a case-by-case basis, or I mean, is it like an outright, you bring your cash, you get it, or do you have like opportunities to maybe space out the payment, or is there stuff like that? Do you do some sort of mortgage, or I mean, how's that?
Yes, sir, we do, sir. By the grace of God, we have different payment plans, sir. From ranging from the outright payment plan of one-off to 6 months payment plan to 12-month payment plan for the houses, sir. However, before now, we used to do up to 24 and 36-month payment plans, sir. But we had to restrict it to 12 months. And why? It's because of the inconsistency in the exchange rates. Because we observe that most of the things we use, they are usually imported. And if we stay too long on a project, we always have this challenge of having to experience inflation on the prices that we've sold the properties at the initial stage.
Okay.
We don't do more than 12 months now. However, we have some clients, like in the US, we've got people who had access to mortgage, who took mortgage and paid us outrightly, so that they are not affected by anything whatsoever. But nonetheless, we just have interest rates on the different payment plans.
Mm.
The amount for 6 months is different for 12 months, sir. But for the land, we can do up to 2 years for the land purchase, sir.
Okay. And is all of that explained in your brochure?
Yes, sir, it's contained, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, okay. It'll be good to have a look at it, and
I'll push it to you, sir.
There's a question by Brother Ayo, I think. He says, do you have other opportunities to look at in the UK?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we do, sir. By the grace of God, in the course of our presentation last Sunday, in one of the churches where the church leader invited us to come, we had the situation of someone who have been living in a council flat for 16 years and didn't know that he could actually buy that flat. And by the grace of God, through the knowledge that God has given to us and the networks we have here, we're able to resolve with him that these are the steps he needs to take to be able to do that. And we could actually do that for him. So we have people who are professionals in industry who are based here in the United Kingdom that are helping us in acquisition and helping people to buy a property of their choice. And by the grace of God also, we're doing everything possible by the grace of God. Before I leave the United Kingdom on the 15th of this month, we're seeing the possibility of closing in on some parcel of land that we can use to start some apartment buildings. But at the moment, there are buildings at different places that we are given to sell for developers, as it were, as we speak right now. So we do United Kingdom depending on whatever you're looking at, sir.
Thank you very much. Any other question? I think one of the I might admit my ignorance in asking this question. One of the key things that talked about where you have this issue of investment in Nigeria and the person being in the UK is the route of communication. How accessible are you and your company when someone invests? How accessible are you for constant communication and to ensure that that gives people? So how accessible are you, sir? When
Yes, sir.
people invest, how accessible are you? Can they get you? How can they get all this kind of investment? Because if somebody has sunk money somewhere, even Bible even said it, where person put money, not there in heart day.
You're right, sir. You're right, sir. So by the grace of God, sir, the last time, the other time that um, my one-time client turned brother, when we introduced me to you, sir, Dr. Ajide, um, we started out as customers. He bought some properties from us, and the rapport grew from being ordinary customers into brothers, where he could even host me to about 2-3 nights in his house here in the United Kingdom. I think to a very large extent, it displays how accessible I could be by the grace of God. However, we have structures and we have put different measures in place to be able to attend to every customer's needs. Because in all honesty, how many people can I talk to per day, considering the fact that by His grace, we're dealing with people around the world. However, if there's a need for any of our customers to get access to me, I am very accessible by the grace of God. And one of the reasons why I came to the UK, one is invitation from some church leaders who wants me to come and talk to their church members. And they believe they can access me. That was why they invited me, sir. And two is the fact that some of our customers that were doing one or two things for back in Nigeria, They are part of those who also invited me for us to be able to have a review of some of the things we're doing for them. And I do not travel alone. By His grace, we have a number of our staffs that we do this together. Like in the last few weeks, we were in Israel for about 10 days, also for business by the grace of God. And I was there with about 2-3 of our people that were there together. So that they know that once anybody is trying to get me and they can't, they know others with me that they can reach. But like I said, we have a structure in place that can handle every of the needs of our customers around the world, sir, by His grace.
Okay, thank you very much. Another question that came to my mind is I know quite a lot of, like now we are in the UK and people are working now. We have just finished summer holiday and people might not have the opportunity of traveling. So let's say somebody look at the brochure and choose a particular place, land. Documents, how would they get the documentation? How do you authenticate the land? I know that some other organizations, they do land apportionment. How do you do that when somebody is in the UK or and you need to get the documentation? I doesn't want the documentation to go to his family members back in Nigeria.
Yes, sir. So thank you for that brilliant one, sir. By the grace of God, we are in synergy with DHL and other companies that handles anything that has to do with logistics. So, but majorly with DHL, because we take the matter of our customers' privacy, we take it very seriously, sir, because we understand over time that many of our customers, they have been beaten and battered by their family members. So a lot of them are dealing with us, want to cut off family members away. So to that end, when any one of them, some of them, not in all cases, sir, when any of our people in the diaspora are buying into any of our properties, sir, so they give us functional mailing address in any part of the world that we send their documents to them. But what we do is this: the moment the documents are ready, if we need them to read through, for them to be able to read the draft and consent to it that they are good to go, we make them say yes, they are okay with these documents. And once they give us a yes via email, then we print out. Then once we print out, we send an e-copy to them for them to print out from their end and sign their portion and send it back to us via the e-format. Then we now conclude on it and authenticate it. Then we courier it to them in any part of the world. Quote me, sir. We send it to them. However, we have some people who always tell us that, you know what, just give it to my brother, or my brother or my sister wants to come to your office. We embrace it. But if you tell us you want it to be private, we can mail it to you via DHL in any part of the world by the grace of God. Also, let me use this opportunity to add this, that by His grace, we also have, we take the issue of title documents seriously in all that we do. We work hand in hand with the government to make sure that we have genuine titles by the grace of God that can give us peace of mind. So, and so to that end, we have something to show for any of the estates we're trying to sell to you, sir. If there's any among them that are still in processing, we'll let you know that for this is under processing. This is where we've reached. For this is what you are asking for. For this we've already concluded on this, and so on and so forth, sir.
Okay, so it means the brochure would indicate on all these estates if they are already gazetted or if there's already C of O and all those things.
Yes, sir. In the brochure, I doubt if we have the quoted C of O number and all of that.
But it's
that
when
can
people
be
make
sent.
choices, when people make their choice, they can communicate
Yes,
with
sir.
you and you can provide that information.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are correct, sir. You are correct, sir. If they want any of their lawyers back home to go and do verifications for them at the land registry and all of that, we'll give them all they need to do their findings, sir.
Okay, all right. I see we have less than a minute now to go before this. So I think if there is no other question, because we just believe that we're going to have 30 minutes for this session, we want to thank everyone who has come. I've added all of us to the WhatsApp group for us to continue. If there's any question, if we've been praying about it and thinking about it, we can continue the conversation on WhatsApp group and any other further clarification. So thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for your time this weekend. Thank you, Dr. Adeyemi, for also explaining. So we'll wait for you to forward the flyers and the brochures for people to look at. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, sir.
And
God
have a
bless you,
very
sir.
good evening.
I appreciate you all. God bless you, sir. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Bye.
you, sir. God bless you, sir.
Bye.
God
Bye,
bless
sir.
you.
Bye, sir.